Hey there YouTube, it's Bobi aka Paginator, and I am here today with a Fairyloot unboxing and a really big book haul. So, I was wanting to do a book buying ban and that completely failed. I went the opposite of that and I'm not going to beat myself up for it. So, we're just going to haul some stuff today and there's probably going to be more coming in the mail. So recently I spent some time in Utah with family and I went to the local bookstore and they had a big sale. And I was there, had my mask on, couldn't breathe very well, so I kind of impulse bought a couple of the books most I knew something about. So we'll start with those. First, I picked up something that just made me laugh. It's a little notebook that says Adopt a Demodog. My 8th graders last year, who were really wonderful but also silly, talked me into buying a Funko Pop Demogorgon from Stranger Things, and they adopted her and named her Demi Lovato. So this just reminded me of that, and this little dog could be a pet for our Demi. Then on the sale for books, I bought The Bride Test by Helen Hoang, which is a contemporary romance. We have The Virtue of Sin, which is by Shannon Shurin. I don't know if I talked about this very much on my channel, but I love true crime podcasts and different things like that, and the idea of cults fascinates me, not only because I want to go in and save all the people from all the cults, but just like how you let yourself get to a place where you are made to believe these things. And 100% not victim blaming here, I'm just curious of how it all works. I also grabbed Orphan Monster Spy by Colleen. This is a World War II book about a Jewish girl who becomes a spy, and I have been severely lacking on my historical fiction lately, and this sounded right up my alley because I love that time period in history. Then we have When Elephants Fly. This is by Nancy Richardson Fisher, and it's about a girl whose mother was schizophrenic and actually tried to kill her at one point. And so she is terribly afraid that she's going to be schizophrenic, and her friend is constantly testing her to make sure that she's maintaining her grip on reality. This one was an author pick. This is Ice Wolves by Amie Kaufman. It looks like it's going to be a part of an Elemental series. I don't really know much about it, so if you have read this and want to tell me whether you liked it or not, that'd be awesome. And same with this one. I was at the end of the sales table and I thought, well, one more book should do it, and I grabbed The Iron Flower by Laurie Forrest, and it has a castle sitting in a flower, which kind of reminded me of the Never-Ending Stories when they go to see the childlike empress and the castle's kind of sitting in this thing that looks like flower petals. I can't say words today. I tried to film this before, but for some unknown reason, which I still have not figured out, I started having anxiety shakes throughout my body, and it was a mess. So be glad you're not watching that. Next, I have a couple of non-book items, both of which I bought because I was inspired by a recent video by Cherry Wallace. She made a video about her top favorite things she's bought on Amazon, and two of them I was like, oh, that would be great for me. So the first thing I got is this Rose Quartz, I can say words, Rose Quartz face roller that you can use for creams, but it's also always cold because it's a stone. So when you cry a lot, like I do because I have anxiety and depression and all kinds of fun stuff, you can use this to like reduce swelling in your eyes and things like that. And Sherry said that she did use that. I don't think she has anxiety, but she did say that she loves to cry, or that she does cry. Who loves to cry? Anyway, she uses it for that. I am rambling. The other non-book item that I have is kind of book related. It is a bathtub caddy with a book holder on it so that I can more easily read in the tub. The rest of what I have here is books, and then of course the Fairyloot box. So we'll start with Books A Million was having a buy two get one free sale, so I bought a trilogy, The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. I have never read this trilogy, and I love her other books, so I am hoping that I love this one as well. These two books I picked up because I heard people talking about them on BookTube, and frankly, like a couple of the other ones as well. This is The Henna Wars, which I believe is a female-female romance. Jenna Nee from The Story Ain't Over was talking about this one. Can't remember who I heard talking about this one. Give Me Everything You Got. Might have been Michael Booklion. This is by Eva Marie Palmer, and it's set in 1979 on a girls' soccer team, just at that point in history where girls' sports was becoming more of a thing because, one, they had to, because we had Title IX that said girls' sports have to be given equal funding as boys' sports. And we also had this whole sexual revolution going on. So, yeah. The other book that I think I heard from Michael Booklion was House of Dragons by Jessica Cluess. I'm currently working on a story for my advanced fiction writing class in grad school about dragons, and I just wanted to read something that had dragons in it. Sue me. This is another author by, we have Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. I'm so sorry for my pronunciation today. I'm losing my mind. Anyway, I'll read anything that this woman writes. It's just, she's fantastic. Julie Murphy is the author of Dumplin' and Puddin', and I picked up her book, Faith Taking Flight, which is about a plus-size superhero who saves animals and people, I believe. Then the other two books that I ordered came from Barnes & Noble, and I got You Should See Me in a Crown because I could only find it on Barnes & Noble, and yeah, anyway, it's a bookstore. This book has been super hyped, so you probably heard about it already, but it is about a girl who enters a pageant. She's not really wanting to be like a pageant girl, but she needs the scholarship money, and she ends up in a female-female relationship at some point in the story, I think. I don't know. When my anxiety gets bad, I buy books, and I don't remember all the details. I'm sorry. The other one I got is a signed copy of The Damned by Renee Ahdieh, which is the sequel to The Beautiful. I enjoyed The Beautiful. I can't say it was my favorite thing ever. It wasn't quite as like grip, like I have to keep reading, as some other books, but it was still very enjoyable, so I look forward to reading this. Plus, it's just a pretty cover. Yes, skulls can be pretty. I apologize, I went through those really quickly, but I have had it up to here with filming and technology, and I am just wanting to get through this. Okay, so Fairyloot box. This is going to be the June box. They're a little bit delayed on some things, and that's fine because they've been really good about keeping up communication. And here is the box for us, and we'll just flip. Oh, I didn't drop anything, I swear. All right, when I flipped it open, the first thing I saw was this card. It has a bunch of fairies on it, and what's it say? Oh, okay, so there are a couple things that aren't going to be in this box. It says, you might have noticed that your book is not in a black drawstring bag this month, and that your box does not have the collectible tarot cards. Both items were significantly delayed in customs, and since we have no power to speed it up, we thought it best that the fairies deliver the rest of your box in time rather than wait even longer. I'd like to pause for a moment to apologize if you can hear any dogs barking or cars rushing by. I have really annoying neighbor dogs, and they think they have to bark all day long, and I live right next to a busy road, and I have to have the window open or I'm going to die of heat. Heat stroke or whatever. Okay, back to the box. Oh, what's this? Okay, I see a checkered top on this box. Oh. It's Always Time for Tea, Alice in Wonderland. I hope that is the sound of an unbroken object. That sound makes me nervous. Oh, it's a tea infuser. Okay. So there was pieces, so nothing's broken. It was just rattling around in there. It's a little teapot. Turn so that the camera can see you. Okay. Oh, that's cute. Look at this. Drink me. Very Alice in Wonderland. Very handy. I might need some tea today. I only drink herbal teas, and I'm thinking I might need some sleepy time tea. I know it's not bedtime right now, and maybe it is while you're watching this. If not, whatever. But it's kind of the middle of the day when I'm filming. but I need to calm down. I'm having a day. Anyway, moving on. Let's see what else is in here. I see a little envelope. It's kind of pokey outy, so I'm guessing that's going to be our pin. Pokey outy, that's the technical term. Here is the Fairyloot emblem. Okay, what does that say? Love is an excellent motivator to kill. Love is an excellent motivator to kill. I guess that's true. I mean, you can watch any episode of Dateline and learn that pretty much every marriage ends in murder, right? Just kidding, not all marriages. But you know, if you watch Dateline, that's what they're trying to tell you. Okay. They're socks. They're socks. Oh. Okay, so these are the Bone Season socks. Let me see if I can slide this. Yeah, it's going to come off here. Alright, so the Bone Season is an elemental magic kind of book, and I just realized that I didn't hold up the theme card. I'm so sorry. I'll get to that after the socks. I just set it aside without showing you. Okay, anyway, socks. I love socks. Again, the Bone Season is an elemental magic kind of story. I actually didn't read all of it. It was super hyped, and I really wanted to love it, but I just couldn't focus. So I might try it again later if I'm in a different kind of a mood. I will just have to see how things go in life, right? Okay, we've got another pouch with the Fairyloot emblem on it, and oh, cool! It's an iron-on patch for the Starless Sea. That's so pretty. I have a bookshelf quilt that I made that looks like rainbow bookshelves, and I made it a couple summers ago. I have the top all sewn together, but I haven't ever bought material for the back or had it quilted together, and I don't know why. I keep like putting it off. I'm weird. But that means that I can add this to my yellow section. That's kind of fun. I did put some patches on there when I originally made it. There's a Deathly Hallows one and some other things. So anyway, the next item I grabbed is a box that says Elemental Coaster Set. And I'm guessing there's going to be, for the 4 elements, I see fire on top, so there's going to have to be water, air, and earth, right? So this is clearly fire. What's next? I would guess earth because it's got green. Is it supposed to sit like this? I'm confused. Okay. That looks like waves, so that's got to be water. So this one has to be air, but it's yellowish. Does that like sunlight, heat? Anyway, they're fun coasters. And I just realized I was going to show you the theme card after the socks, and I never did. I'm losing it. Here is the theme card. The theme is a different kind of magic. I'm not exactly sure who these characters are. Let's see if it tells us anything. No, I can't find it quickly. So anyway, there's our theme card. Alright, we get 2 books this month. Oh, what did I drop? We're okay. Look at this book. We have this gorgeous girl. We've got shiny gold. We've got sprayed edges. Ooh, this is pretty. Now you have to be careful because sometimes pretty books aren't great, but let's keep our fingers crossed. This says, Outcast by Blood Warriors by Choice, The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. The back says, are we girls or are we demons? Are we going to die or are we going to survive? In this bold and immersive fantasy, a young heroine fights to save a world that would dare tame her and discover she is her own fiercest weapon. BuzzFeed says fans of Children of Blood and Bone and Black Panther are going to adore this. I like both of those things. It's a good sign. Alright, here we have an art print. I don't know if this is meant to be characters from the book we're getting or from something else. I have no idea. It's pretty art though. I could look at the card and tell you, but I'm not gonna because I'm in a mood. Alright, that brings us to the book. Oh my goodness. What's up with the gorgeous girls on the books in this box? Look at her eyes. Holy cow. Alright, so we have The Forest of Souls by Laurie Do you see that spider right there? Look at that. Ron Weasley would freak out. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay. Let me take a quick look inside and we'll see what this is about. Alright, so before I tell you what I learned about the story, I want to show you the inside of the dust jacket because there are some additional artwork there. That's gorgeous. Why do these books always have to be so gorgeous? And look at, like, when it's naked, you just see a spider and pretty gold letters. Again, Ron Weasley would not enjoy this book because there are spiders everywhere. I, like Ron, do not love spiders, but I hate snakes more. Okay, so this book is about a girl named Saoirse, and I'm not going to tell you all the information I learned about this, but I am going to tell you a little bit. She is in training to become the Queen's next royal spy, but Saoirse's plans are derailed when shamans attack and kill her best friend, Sango? Not sure I'm saying that name right. And then some things happen. There's going to be a Spider King. There's going to be magical powers. There's going to be all different kinds of crazy things happening. So this sounds like it's going to be a really fun, adventurous kind of book, as well as something with magic in it. Ooh. At the bottom we always have a few items. So we've got a bookmark that matches the theme card. And we've got another print. Oh, on the back is the Dear Reader letter. So this has got to be Saoirse. That's really, really pretty. I'm going to give this letter a quick skim and see if there's anything I need to let you know. So basically in this letter, the author's saying that she wrote a fantasy that she never knew she needed as a kid. She wanted to see herself in an epic fantasy. And she says here, with Forest of Souls, I wanted to give diaspora teens a place in fantasy and reaffirm that they belong there just as much as anyone else. Cool. The Fairy Scoop looks a little bit different this time. We've just got a simple, like, one open pager. I'm going to show you the difference between the Fairyloot and regular editions of the book. I know it's kind of hard to see, but the Fairyloot edition has more green on it, and then the standard edition has yellow and orange on it. And this does tell us that the next month's theme is going to be Resilient Royals. It will have items inspired by Crescent City, the Lunar Chronicles, Ash Princess, the Queen's Rising, Woven in Moonlight, and the Bear and the Nightingale. Have you guys read Woven in Moonlight? Like, it's freaking awesome. So are a lot of those that I just mentioned. Wow, okay, goodness. I think for favorite thing for this unboxing, I'm going to pick the Starless Z patch just because it's so pretty and I know immediately how I want to use it. And this has been a long enough video for you to watch already, so I'm going to wrap this up and say I hope you all are having a wonderful and bookish day. Happy reading. Adios.